That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
All right. Tell me about, who do you want to talk about? The Pacers?
Yeah, let's
Tell me
talk about the Pacers. So, basically, it was a straight flip. Karis LeVert. They acquired Karis LeVert, and they traded away Oladipo.
And they got a second-round pick.
And a second-round pick.
Not that will probably do anything.
For fantasy implications, good for Karis LeVert. I think he inserts himself into the starting role, which is well-deserved. I think he absolutely deserves a starting role on any team. As far as playing time, I think he'll get maybe 25, 30 minutes to start, maybe even more in a close game. I think he'll fill in for Oladipo. Like, it's a coin flip between the two at the moment, but what do you think?
I'm taking the opposite approach. I think it's I don't want to say a pretty clear upgrade. I do think it's an upgrade. I have my speculation that LeVert is going to ball out. I think that, on the Nets, he was averaging 28 minutes per game, 18 points, 6 assists. I think he's going to be averaging over 28 points. I think he's going to be getting more assists. I think his minutes are going to be 30 to 35 nightly. He's shooting 44% from the field goal and 35% from the three. I can't see any of that changing. I don't think the change of teams really is going to affect his field goal too much. They don't have similar play styles necessarily, the Pacers and the Nets, but I just think LeVert is a good player. Mm-hmm. I think that he was kind of hidden behind KD and Kyrie, and I think that this is going to be his time to shine, and I think he's going to prove it. Mm-hmm. And I think he is an upgrade over Oladipo for fantasy purposes.
I like it. Anyone else this helps?
Helps. No, I think this was mostly just LeVert. Using the logic that I just provided, I think that this hurts Brogdon and maybe TJ Warren a little bit. Mm-hmm. TJ Warren hasn't been playing, but when he comes back, LeVert, if he is balling out and playing more meaningful and better minutes than Oladipo was, this could affect TJ Warren. And on the other side of the ball, Brogdon, I think if LeVert shines, he'll take a bigger piece of the pie. And Brogdon is absolutely balling out right now. And, I don't know if it'll hurt too much because Brogdon is still a great player and they play different positions, but it's just something to monitor. Brogdon's already having a career year, so he could easily keep it up. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever watch any Pacers games, but it's literally Brogdon and Sabonis running pick and rolls all day. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I can definitely see how Karis LeVert can kind of intervene, be a part of that.
I don't think
and hurt Brogdon a little bit.
I don't think this affects Sabonis at all.
No, I don't think so.
I think Sabonis is still going to be in the MVP race, and he's still going to kill it.
He will get fed. If anything, this helps Sabonis. Another mouth to feed, or another option for him to pass to, maybe.
Yeah, maybe more assists.
More space in the paint.
Yeah, space of the floor. Yeah, I could see it. All right, Cavaliers. Well, I'm sorry if you had any Cavaliers on your team.
We don't like to talk about.
Garland and Sexton have been having a quietly decent year.
Yeah. And a lot of minutes.
If we want to talk about who this helps, them. Mm-hmm. You got rid of Exum, and Exum was playing 20 minutes per game.
Yeah.
I think that is going to go directly to Garland and Sexton.
They waived Yogi Ferrell, another guard they signed on a 10-day contract. He was getting some decent run,
and
too.
And Yogi Ferrell was pretty nice on the Pacers a couple of years ago. He's not a bad guard.
No, he's not. Not at all. But, yeah, they're pretty thin at guard. So, Garland, it's Sexton. They're playing 35-plus minutes a game. I like them.
Yeah, I do, too.
They look good.
And, Exum was getting 4 points a game, 3 rebounds a game. These are just going to go directly to Garland and Sexton, in my opinion. So, other than that, can it help anyone? So actually, I think we forgot to mention the Cavs are getting Jared Allen and Taurean Prince.
Yeah.
We named who they got rid of. I don't think much has helped. Tell me who this hurt.
They have a lot of bigs.
They do.
They have 5 or 6. When healthy, they have 6 bigs who can play center.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't bode well for Andre Drummond when you got a guy like Jared Allen coming in, young, promising, like he's a good player, good shot blocker. I think this may hint at maybe a departure for Andre Drummond. I don't know, but
Well, I mean, let's be real. I mean, Andre Drummond is on his player option right now. He's going to be a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to want a lot of money. I think he's made that clear. He thinks he's a superstar. I'm not saying he's a superstar because I don't think he is. And you got Jared Allen over here, who's going to be a restricted free agent this summer. He's playing great. I mean, he's younger. He's awesome.
He'd probably be cheaper.
Yeah. So who are the Cavs going to lean on? This guy that they're going to want to keep, or this guy that they pretty much know they're going to lose in free agency?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to hurt Andre Drummond a lot. I think it might even be the end of Andre Drummond in Cleveland era. Maybe there's a trade. Maybe he just gets a lot less minutes, but I really think that they're going to fade away from him.
Yeah, and I would say in deeper leagues, if this pertains to you, this would also hurt JaVale McGee.
If he's on your team, I'm sorry. I mean, even if you're in a 14-man league, I don't think McGee...
Oh, I'm talking deep.
You're
like
going to have to be in like a 20-man league.
18, 20.
Yeah. What is he, like 10% owned?
It's currently 9% owned.
9% owned? Yeah, I don't...
But... Hey,
it does hurt him.
For those of you who are in those deep leagues,
Yeah.
we're going to show you some love. JaVale McGee, it'll hurt him. They waived Thonmaker. He was playing about 4 minutes a game. I think JaVale McGee slots into that role. And Andre Drummond, and let's say they keep Andre Drummond. Maybe he and Jared Allen will split the center minutes. So that's my take on that.
I mean, let's just be real. You're going right back to Deandre Jordan. I mean, that's what it's going to be. That's going to be Andre Drummond's new role, where Deandre Jordan was getting 17 minutes per game. That's going to hurt Andre Drummond. I mean,
definitely don't think. I mean, he could get 17 minutes. They have a lot of bigs when Kevin Love comes back. Like maybe they'll throw Larry Nance at the 5 for a little bit of a run. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
Kevin Love even.
I mean, it's just too early to tell. Right now, Andre Drummond's getting 31 minutes per game. I don't think he sees over 25 minutes per game in a lot of games coming up, just because of the acquisition of Jared Allen.
Yeah.
So big hit if you were an Andre Drummond guy. Actually, we kind of talked on Andre Drummond, and we liked him as a buy low. Low-ish.
One of our confusing players.
Yeah, he was a confusing player. Like, we didn't know if you should hop on it, if you should hop off it. I think this is a clear signal.
Hop off.
Yeah, get off if you can. It might be too late, but yeah, sucks.
Bummer.
Try to throw some trades out, get rid of them. Love, Osman, and Larry Nance. I think they're all in the same category here. They're all hurt.
Yeah.
I think that Taurean Prince isn't a bad player. I mean, I think even he is going to hurt their value. I think Jared Allen taking up some of those center minutes. I mean, they like to play Love at the center sometimes. It's going to hurt him a little bit. He'll probably be not strictly power forward, but he's going to be playing the power forward position a lot more, which is going to hurt Larry Nance. But for now, I mean, Larry Nance, you can keep him until Love comes back. When Love comes back, I don't see a need for Larry Nance anymore. I'd be willing to drop him.
CD Osman as well.
I mean, I almost would be fine dropping Larry Nance right now, right when this trade goes through. But that's just me.
Right.
I think you have a different.
Yeah.
I think you like Larry Nance until Love comes back.
Yeah.
But.
Coming from me, I don't know. In my opinion, you keep Larry Nance at least until Kevin Love comes back. But as far as
I mean, no, there's a timer on it.
Yeah, there's definitely a timer. Like, get the fantasy points out of him while you can. As far as Taurean Prince, like, he's a good defender. I think he'll be in the rotation, and that'll hurt a lot of people. And I'm curious to see what they're going to do with their rotation.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think so I mean, that pretty much covers all the teams.
Yeah.
I think the Cavs are hurt the most. I think all the Cavs players are hurt the most. I think that
the Nets.
Yeah, actually, Cavs and Nets are both hurt the most. Nets might actually take the cake because these are your first round picks.
Yeah, you invested heavily.
On
these guys.
I think this significantly helps the Rockets.
Yeah,
I think the Rockets players. I mean, the only person it might hurt is Oladipo, and that it could help him. That's the only one. That's the one that I'm least sure of out of all of the advice and analysis that I gave. I'm least sure of the Oladipo. I don't know what to expect. I'm just kind of reading what my gut says. I mean, he could come in and start hooping. He's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Pacers, I think LeVert gets a pretty big bump, and then the rest of the Pacers, it kind of just stays the same. Maybe hurts a little. So
it'll be fun to watch. Very something to monitor in the next coming weeks.
Definitely something
see what
to monitor.
happens with all these teams involved. But yeah, I think that
about wraps it up.
Yeah. All right, so guys, if you enjoy our content, give this video a like, subscribe to the Fantasy Flock Network down below, and turn on that notification bell so you know when we post videos. And also, if you're interested in any DFS or you just have questions in terms of trades, things like that, follow us on Twitter. We'll post the link again right here.
I can't stress it enough. We are so active on Twitter. We are answering every question we can.
Mm-hmm.
We answer DMs. We answer anyone who just comments on our stuff, asking a question.
Mm-hmm.
We're there pretty much all day.
Yeah, occasionally we'll have some videos. So if you ask us questions on Twitter, you may be featured.
Yeah, we're trying to do a weekly video on questions that you guys have asked, and we answer every single one that's on our Twitter. This week, today was going to be the day that we did that, but there was some pretty big breaking news.
Precedence over that.
We kind of had to push that video back, but it will be coming. So follow us on Twitter and ask us what you need to know.
All right.
Hey, thank you guys.
Thank you.